Hey, Craig. Yeah, we are live here at Shaker High, and this morning I'm joined by our program head coach, Eric Husel. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for being here.
All right, so overall, I know you guys have had some success already this season. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but this program has seen a lot of growth just in recent years. To what do you attribute that success?
It's all about the kids. We came in, we set really high expectations for our kids and for our program. And our kids matched it. We try to get the right kids on our team, guys like C.J. Haver, Colby Haver, Zach Matulu. And I always feel like when you hold kids to a high standard, they're going to match those standards. And, our kids have done a great job of that. And it's been really fun to watch them grow.
What do you think you guys are doing particularly well this season through these last 5 games?
It always starts on the defensive end with us. We've been holding teams to under 40 points, 4 out of the 5 games. So it starts on that end of the floor. And we always say our defense is our best offense. So when you're getting stops, you're able to push the ball out and run the floor and get some easy shots. And we've been doing that.
Yeah, I saw the success at Kingston. You had, 4 guys go double digits? I mean, that's great.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys, that can play. And the great thing about our guys is they sacrifice. I think on other teams they could probably get more stats, more points. But on our team, everyone sacrifices for the betterment of the team.
All right, so what kind of sacrifices have to be made so that we can top Albany Academy tonight?
A lot. They're a really good program. They got size, they got athleticism, they're very skilled. They're an older group that's been playing together for a while, and Jim Driggs has done a good job with them. So a lot of challenges. So, we got to rebound the ball, we got to take care of it. We got to get good shots on the offensive end, so it's a good challenge for us, and we're super excited.
What do you say to your players as you head into this week? Every week goes by and you have another win under your belt. It can get a little exciting, but you don't want them to get too excited, right? Because we're still early on. What do you say to these guys?
Yeah, we don't get too high, too low. Even if we lose a game, we don't get down on ourselves. It's just, if you have a loss, you learn from it, you move on. And same thing with wins. You try to get better. You learn from your wins. So we try to stay even-keeled, and the next game up is our most important game.
That's right. And so tonight, that game is against Albany Academy again tonight. It's here at Shaker. Shirley, I'll send it back to you for a look at traffic. All right, welcome back. We're continuing our countdown to tip-off coverage live from Shaker High this morning. I'm joined by another one of our coaches, Vince Medici. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Vince, you have been coaching basketball in the area for years now, and we were just talking. You continue to learn something new every day. Kind of what keeps you going? What are you still learning from this group of guys?
Well, I think I learned a lot from Coach Husel. I mean, a lot of different styles of play nowadays versus when I first started. And so every day it seems like I learn something new about the game, which keeps you fresh and keeps you alive, and it energizes the kids every day.
And you guys are doing a great job energizing this group because they are 5-0. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's the team concept. We praise them about all passing the ball and keeping 5 guys in doubles every game, and I think they're willing to sacrifice their own stats for the sake of the team's success. I think that's what makes us roll.
How do you continue that growth that we saw? I mean, during the break, we were talking about how there's been a significant turnaround in this program in recent years. So how do you build on that, and to what do you attribute that success?
Well, the success goes to Coach Husel. He's changed the whole concepts here about winning and, representing your school in a positive way at all times. I think to continue that, you just got to stay the course and, continue to improve the youth, which he does a great job of with our junior Bison program and our travel teams. And we have so many kids playing basketball in North County now, and I think that will help us continue to keep climbing up the ladder.
Speaking of climbing up the ladder, you and Coach Husel actually have a bit of a history here. He previously played for you at HV, where you were and just until recently a record holder there.
I was.
Yeah, so that's amazing, right? So what's it like having a former player now coach alongside you?
It's great. It took some time the first year at least to understand to be an assistant, because I was a head coach for so many years. But working with Eric is like working with myself. He's He's disciplined. He's dedicated, and I just enjoy our time together. We have a lot of laughs as well as some disappointing moments, but for the most part, it's been great.
All part of the growth process.
Absolutely.
All right, so how do we beat Albany Academy tonight?
Well, we've if you look at our scores, our defense has been unbelievable. We haven't really given up more than 32 points a game in the 5 games, and I think that's pretty impressive. So we're going to have to defend them. They're very good. They we played in the last couple of years. They're just talented. They're deep, and we just have to defend them. If we can defend them, I think we'll be okay. But they're going to be a challenge for us.
All right, sounds good. Good luck. Again, that game kicking off tonight here at Shaker High against Albany Academy. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. All right, welcome back. Our countdown to tip-off coverage continues live this morning from Shaker High. I'm joined by both of our coaches now, Coach Vince and Eric. Thank you guys again for being here bright and early to start our day. I wanted to talk to you about a special partnership between the two of you. So you used to be his head coach, and now you guys get to work together. What's it like kind of now that the tables have turned a bit?
It's been great. Coach has always been, like a mentor to me. He's kind of taken on like a fathership type role since I've moved out here. So, it's been seamless, and I learned from him a lot as a player, and I'm still learning from him as a coach. He's an invaluable resource. So, it's been fun. I did have a couple flashbacks early on when he started yelling at a few players, and I remember being on the receiving end of that. So, but it's been fun.
Great. And I'm sure it's been fun being 5 wins so far this season. How do you keep that up against Albany Academy? I mean, what's so challenging about this team?
The toughest thing about this team is they're really deep, and they got great size, and they're very athletic. And they do a lot of things to try to take you out of your offense. So hopefully our guys can handle that. If we handle their pressure, we'll be okay. But again, if it comes down to how we defend, we'll make the difference in the game.
You were at Gloversville for several years. How do you take the success that you had over there and bring it here? Because we have really seen a transformation of this program in recent years.
Yeah, I think it's doing the same things. You have standards, you have your culture. You treat kids with respect, and you hold them to high standards. So it's no different. Gloversville's a small school. And just doing the same things at a bigger school.
You were talking about those high standards, and I know that that's something that you've spoken a lot about over the course of your career, high standards on and off the basketball court. So what is kind of that mentality for this group of guys?
I think what you're trying to teach when you're in education, and basically we're coaches, we're in education, is you're trying to prepare them for life, not just every basketball game. So break a rule, there's a consequence. We expect you to be here at a certain time. There's a consequence. So teaching them responsibilities so when they do get out in the real world, they can perform at the highest level.
And we talked about it a little bit at 5 o'clock, but I wanted to ask you, who are some of the standout players you think?
Well, you hate to just mention names because we have 11 kids that are so dedicated that are willing to sacrifice their own stats for the sake of the whole team's success. But, just off the top of my head here, we got Bless, the man, and Melvin Brown, our backcourt guys, that do an outstanding job of handling pressure and getting assists and giving the ball to others. And then we have guys like Brandon, who you'll be talking to later, who dominates the boards, does a great job, and then Ty Mariano, who is a great sharpshooter from the outside. So I think when you start looking at those kids, those 4 right off the get-go, I think it says a lot about our guys.
Team mentality, like you said, though, not just those players. All right, and yes, as you mentioned, we're going to hear from some of them coming up later this morning, so stay with us.
All right, sounds like they have a really strong roster, and it really cool the dynamic between those two that, he used to be his coach way back when. I think that's awesome. A different dynamic you probably don't see very often.
Oh, I'd be so intimidated. I don't know how you guys do it. All right, welcome back. Our live coverage for Countdown to Tip-Off continues today. We're live from Shaker High, and I don't know if you can get us in the same shot here, but I'm joined by two of our players. They're a little bit taller than me here, and I'm going to guess that contributes to your ability to make baskets a lot easier than Ashley and I were having a hard time with earlier today. All right, we got Brandon McCoy and Melvin Brown. Thank you guys so much for being here bright and early. I appreciate it. All right, so Brandon, I want to ask you, as a senior, you've seen some serious growth on this team over the few years. What do you think you guys are doing really well?
Well, I feel like every single year I've been here, we've just been getting better and better, and I think that this year we can make a very big impact with the team that we have. Our team is very new, but every game we learn more about each other and the chemistry that we build, and I think that's going to just help us down the long ways ahead to the playoffs.
So speaking of that chemistry, both these guys are also standout football players. You guys were both first team. How does that help you out, you think, playing football together and then going right into basketball season?
Well, obviously, he talked about chemistry. That really helps us on the court and off the court. We're always together. We're always around each other. And then it carries over to the basketball court where we're just swinging the ball, finding our teammates really fun to play together.
And Melvin, I wanted to ask you, when it comes to what you think you guys need to work on, what are some of those points?
Well, I just talked about the chemistry part. We're really good with our chemistry. Our intensity is really good. I feel like that's hard to stop when you have like your brothers around you talking, and yeah, that's really good for us.
And what about you as a senior on the team? When you look around at these guys, what do you want to improve?
Like he just said, intensity and just build up the chemistry so that like it gets to a point where we're just unstoppable and we're finding each other and the game just comes easier to all of us.
All right, so the last 2 years you guys have played Albany Academy. You guys lost to them, and they're also undefeated at this point, but so are you, 5-0. So how do you beat this team?
Well, they're well coached. They got good players, but we're well coached and we also have good players. So I think that we just need to take things away from them and play our defense, and things will go our way.
What about you? What are you focused on to take down Albany Academy today?
Well, our intensity on defense is really good this year. I feel like that's a big part of our game, letting the offense speak for itself. I think tonight, we're just going to take it one play at a time, take it slow, read them, and then it goes from there.
All right, one play at a time. We're excited to watch again. That game kicks off tonight here at Shaker High against Albany Academy. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. And our countdown to tip-off coverage continues over on the CW15. You guys are going to have to stay with us. You may be able to see actually some of that action going on over here. We're going to hear more from the players, from the coaches, and of course, Ashley crushing it. She's getting some private lessons right now. All right, she keeps making those shots, so if you want to see more of that coverage, either behind me on the court or hear from these players and coaches, you're going to have to stay with us on the CW15. We have another hour of news, traffic, and weather. We'll see you over there. All right, welcome back. Our countdown to tip-off coverage continues for the matchup tonight, Shaker versus Albany Academy for boys. Today, I am joined by our senior, Brandon McCoy, and head coach, Eric Kusel. Thank you guys so much for being with us this morning. So I wanted to ask you, how do we top this Albany Academy team? You guys are both undefeated.
Well, they're well coached and they have great players, but we're also well coached and we also have great players and we're also undefeated. So we have to go in there and take things away from them and play the defense that we know how to play to get the dub tonight.
All right, so Brandon mentioned defense. What else do you want to see out of your players tonight?
Execution on offense and taking care of the ball. Last time we played them, that was a huge difference in the game. Their points off turnovers compared to ours. Other than that, it was a neutral game. So take care of the ball, rebound, defend, execute, and we should be okay.
Yeah, mentioning the past few matchups last year, the year before, you guys fell to them, but you've had really great success in this program as a whole over the past few years. What's kind of some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes to prepare for matchups like this?
Just a lot of work. Our off-season workouts are huge and they're crucial. Just building chemistry with the guys, working the weight room, having guys like Brandon is certainly huge and beneficial. We like guys that can do multiple things, and And a guy like Brandon, he can guard, point guard, he can guard a 5. So having versatile players is huge for us.
Yeah, Brandon, I was going to say, I was doing my research for this, and I saw some of your lifting videos over the summer. You don't mess around, man. So how important is that off-season work for you as a player?
Ever since joining the football team, lifting has been a part of my life, and I take it very seriously, and I want to keep doing it because the more that I lift, the better I get, and that's what I've been seeing, and I'm just going to keep doing it as long as I can.
So you're obviously a senior. Wanted to ask, what are the plans for next year?
I want to go play football at the collegiate level, somewhere where I can develop fast and play right when I get there, but we'll see.
All right, and you're going to be leaving this program. What do you want to leave Shaker with?
That's a good question. I just want to leave, the players on my team right now. I want them to think of me highly. I want them to remember me, and when they step on the court, that they should also be a leader, how I'm trying to lead them right now. I want to just leave a great legacy and just be remembered as a great player and a great person on or off the court.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it sounds like you're on the right track. Would you agree, Coach?
Yeah, definitely. No, he's really grown up. Since he's been in our program, he's been on the varsity team since he's a sophomore. It's been fun watching him mature on the court, but also off the court. So his legacy is basically cemented. Our program is so much better because of him. He's been a huge part of our success the last 3 years.
Well, it's wonderful, and I know it's one game at a time, but get after it tonight. Good luck to you both. Again, that game kicking off tonight here at Shaker High against Albany Academy, and it's a good thing that we're inside tonight because, Craig, it is getting cold out there.
All right, back to counting now to tip off for tonight's all-star matchup between the Shaker Bisons and the Albany Academy Cadets. Our Ashley Kusakonki is at Shaker High School right now, and she is telling us about what makes this matchup so big and why so many... What are you laughing at?
Did you see? Olivia. We got Olivia on the court with a basketball. There she is. Go. She wants to see you shoot. Go.
Come on.
Go.
Free
shoot.
throw.
Shoot.
Free throw.
Shoot. Oh, that's okay. Well, Julia, like you said, Shaker Bison, they're taking on the Albany Academy Cadets here tonight at North Colony High School. It is such a good game because both of the teams, they are undefeated and coming into this matchup so far. Now, Shaker is now 5-0 after topping the Albany Falcons on Tuesday, but the Cadets had one less game than the Bison this week, coming into tonight's game with 4 wins under their belt. Since 2004, these teams have only met 4 times, with the Cadets taking the W each time. Just last week, Albany Academy topped defending state champion Green Tech at stage, and as a private school, the Cadets mostly play other private schools, but they do take on Colony Central this Sunday. Now, as promised, I tried for the 3. Olivia was on the court. I mean, we're having fun here this morning. The game is tonight, and it's definitely a game that you won't want to miss. Julia?
All right, sounds good. We'll give, we still have a little less than a half an hour left. We can give Olivia another shot to sink a basket. She should probably sink one before the show's over. I have faith in her. She's athletic. She can
I'll
do
convince
it.
her. Yeah.
All right, welcome back. Our countdown to tip-off coverage continues here this morning live at Shaker High. I'm joined by Coach Vince and Melvin Brown, one of the juniors on the team here. Melvin, we were just talking during the break. You've played Albany Academy before. You guys lost to them last year. What do you do differently this time around?
Well, obviously they're a great team. We just gotta stay more composed this time and find the open man, move the ball, and find the best shot for us.
And Coach Vince, you've been in this program just for a few years now, but you've been in the area coaching hoop for a really, really long time. We were saying earlier, not that long. We were saying earlier how you continue to learn still, and that keeps you going. So what have you learned from this group of guys?
They're very unselfish. They care more about the team's success than their own. I think they sacrifice their stats for the sake of the team's success, and they're very exciting to watch, because now in this day and age in basketball, not too many people share the ball, but these young men do an outstanding job of doing that.
What's the biggest difference going from coaching in college to now being here in high school?
I think the biggest thing in college is you build relationships because the kids are there with you all the time. Here it's a little bit different because they go home to their parents, every day. So it's a little different. But I think as far as I don't have to go out and recruit. I get the kids that we have in our district, and that's a relief. So, and we've been blessed with some very talented young men.
And Melvin, you also get to play basketball with some of your team, or football rather, with some of your teammates who are also on the basketball team here. So how do you think that helps you guys out both on the basketball field and, the basketball court and the football field?
Well, it definitely helps a lot. Our connection with each other on and off the court is definitely great for us. And then on the court, we're just talking, joking, you know what I'm saying? It's like a great connection together. Our chemistry is really good, and that really helps us on the court.
And you guys were talking, and Coach did mention it earlier, about putting in that work in the off season. What was a big focus for you, saying, I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to come back that much better at X this season?
Well, I feel like last season, obviously our chemistry wasn't there. It was our first year. It was my first year here. So I think talking with the guys, getting to know them a little bit more off the court really helped us on the court with our ball movement and making sure I at least get to know them a little bit better.
And that's only going to continue to happen here. Coach, how do you prepare these guys week after week? You guys have multiple games a week. You already played this week, and Albany Academy didn't. So how do you prepare them? What does that behind the scenes look like?
It's difficult, because you go, we do practice Sunday, Monday to get ready for Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday for Friday. But it's also taxing on their bodies, so you got to take some time off and maybe not run practice so difficult the day after a game. So it's a lot of game tapes. Coach and I watch a lot of videos to prepare, and these guys have been very receptive to our scouting report and everything. They've been really good about putting our plan into action on the court.
Yeah, you got to be coachable, got to buy in. All right, best of luck to you guys tonight. Again, they're facing Albany Academy for boys here tonight at Shaker High. We'll send it back to you in the studio. And now joined by our manager, Devon, and our coaches. That game against Albany Academy kicks off tonight at 6:30. Thanks so much for waking up with us today. Make it a great day.